have the proper tools. This is where Cella comes in and gives us things we need in our kitchen. We're going to bring you right now a set of two. These are expandable, multi-function draining mats, but they do so much more. This is where you're going to thaw your meat. You're going to dry your delicate stemware. It really is that helping, kind of like helping helper. Your helping hand in the kitchen. You're getting two today for $15.99. 5 easy payments. Look at that easy pay. $3.20. They're so versatile and they come in some really pretty colors as well. So right here is green tea. Here we have our white linen. And we have one more option that is in use right now. I'm washing off my fresh veggies and I'm also using it as a drying mat as well. This color is Glacier Gray. We have a few more options over on QVC.com. We're gonna, oh, there's your redwood. Oh, that's our only choice. We're sold out of the other colors. So that's your redwood choice over on QVC.com. All right, I am so thrilled because my friend Jennifer Kovich is here in studio. Jennifer is a lifestyle expert who brings us all kinds of cool stuff here at QVC. Hi. Jen, welcome, my friend.
Good to see you,
I'm so happy you're here. Me. When I said helping helper, I meant it because this is one of those things that you bring home and suddenly you're like, oh, I'm using it for everything.
Yes,
totally.
Exactly. What I found when I first brought this into the house was I'm using it for a tray. I'm going to use it to help me get all the dishes from the table back to the sink. You know, there's so many different uses for this, but what I really love about it is a couple things. One, it's that incredible construction that you're getting with the perforation. So it makes it perfect that if you are lacking, maybe you don't have a colander, or maybe you just don't want to put your produce in something that is metal, put it in something that's completely BPA free, and it's brilliant. It does the same thing, makes it perfect for washing your produce, your fruits, your veggies, all your leafy greens, and then all that water is going to go right down in there. What I also love this for, and we use it for all the time, is in our sink. We do not have one of those metal racks, so that when we put our items into the sink, like the glassware, if it falls, it's going to shatter. Put this on the bottom of your sink so that way it not only protects your sink surface, but it's also going to protect the items that you put in there. But let's also talk about, we were talking about rinsing our produce and draining. We are going into farmers market season. We're going to crop shares. We're bringing all that fresh produce home. Well, what are you going to do with it? You want to go ahead and wash it. So here you can see we've already started washing some of our leafy greens. Now we can leave it in the sink and then it's just going to drain all the way through. Or if you wanted to lift it, you can give it a nice little shake out and then take it to your countertop, totally up to you. But best part is, I don't know anyone, myself included, even though I have severe OCD and I keep everything nice and clean. I still wouldn't put my produce directly on my sink surface because it's gross. Now you keep it elevated because we give you these additional protective feet.
And isn't that incredible? Because it's dishwasher safe. It is fridge freezer safe. And look at the real estate. If you are using it like that colander function, you've got all that. When it's fully expanded, it is 16.14 inches. Then when you fold it up, it's 11.22. So you really have those great options. You're getting two today, not for $25, but for $15.99. 5 easy payments, $3.20. And listen, I have a question because a lot of us might collect other Cella. If we have like a glacier gray or a green tea, is this all the same color?
It's all the same color.
I like that because I like a matchy match.
Yes, me too. The whole suite will completely match together. I do love that you showed that it is expandable. So even if you wanted to stretch it along your sink, you absolutely could. Now, this sink is a little deeper than most sinks.
It's like a farmhouse.
It is like a farmhouse sink, so it's very, very deep. But a traditional size sink, it will fit across the front and back. But thinking of that, if you have a sink in your utility room, and what I also like to use this for is like if you have silks or scarves or things like that that need to be air dried, stretch this over the top, and then that way you can then lay all of those items that you can't necessarily hang right over this, and then it drips into the sink. Your stemware. So a lot of us have those drying mats, if you will. They're nice and cushiony, but they start to stink. They get really moldy and nasty. This, and also, not to mention, if you were to put your stemware on that, it's going to fall over and more than likely shatter. Now you have it in a solid surface. You see right there that it is elevated, so that full 360 ventilation. There's not going to be any water that builds up inside here, then causing bacteria or anything that you have to worry about with that. and you keep the knives tucked away. The little kiddos don't even know that they're in there because they can't see them thanks to that higher shelf.
Great handles, and I love what you said, Jen, that you can use this as your drying rack when you wash those things that can't go in the dishwasher.
Right.
But I hate leaving a drying rack out on my countertop.
Right.
I love after you put those delicate stemware pieces or knives away, you can just pop it in the dishwasher. It's clean, and then you can get it out when you need it again, so it's not using up that really precious real estate of your kitchen countertops as well.
And speaking of being dishwasher safe, the brilliant thing there too is if you want to use this for thawing your meats, but you don't necessarily want to have to scrub it because you don't want to have to worry about getting all into each perforation, pop it in the dishwasher. Great for thawing those meats, even if you wanted to take your Rastelli burgers or whatnot, thaw them, take them from the freezer, set them on here, pop them in the refrigerator to thaw overnight. You can do that as well.
And that's so nice, even when it's packaged, there's something about raw meat that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I love that it's got its own particular spot. It's elevated off. You're getting 2 today for $15.99. I want to scream that from the rooftops. 5 easy payments, $3.20, 4 great colors to choose from. We have our green tea, which is right here. This is your white linen. Glacial gray is in the sink and being used as the drying rack. And we have one more option over on QVC.com. That's your redwood choice. It's K963992. Jennifer, I just feel like these are so versatile that you are going to bring them home and be like, oh, they're more than a drying mat. I am using this every single day in so many different ways.
Well, and we mentioned going to crop shares, or maybe you're planting your own garden. Some of our customers have actually typed to me and said, I actually take this out to the garden and put my tomatoes and things. Exactly. When you're harvesting, go ahead and put it on there. They carry it as their tray. Then they take it, they can immediately hose it off, and it stays right there. You only need one tool from harvest to clean, to prep, and then put in the refrigerator. And quite honestly, if you prep your produce as soon as you walk in the door, you are more likely to eat it because it is ready to enjoy.
I'm so glad you reminded us of that, because that is so true. Because how many times have you left something in its original packaging and then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna throw it back in the trash again. 100 have already been picked up today. Make sure you place your order by giving us a call. Always the best way to do it here on QVC2. Call us at 1-800-500-7590. It's K96392. Our set of 2 expandable multi-function draining mat with those handles. $15.99 brings it home. 5 easy payments, $3.20. I know so many of us have people going off to college for the first time.